Hello everyone. We are presenting for you a method of combating an airborne transmittable pandemics developed by students of the Lviv Lyceum of Technology under the guidance of the head of the research laboratory Koldun Victor is offered to your attention. Self-isolation cannot be eternal, and quarantine cannot be absolute. Sooner or later, we will be forced to reunite in larger or smaller groups. In one way or another, someone will appear in the gym who will fill the room with sputum and pathogenic viruses with his cough or sneeze. Experiments show that during sneezing, sputum can fly several meters. Therefore, just a light cough will be enough to cover the whole room with viruses. And for a few minutes the atmosphere in this room will be a source of serious danger. The simulation shows that the sputum with viruses can hang in the air for up to 7 minutes, but a recent study by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology found that under certain conditions the indoor atmosphere can be contagious for up to 14 minutes. The searching of ways to combat the airborne spread of viruses, we came to the conclusion that it will be the best to descend them on the floor using electrostatics. It should be noted at once that this is by no means an ionization of air. We will use only the so-called silent corona discharge. We tested this hypothesis by experimenting with electrodes of different shapes and at different operating voltages. And as a high-voltage generator, we used an electrophoresis Wimshart machine, which is able to generate high voltage at a limited current, which makes our experiments completely safe for human health. Experimental verification showed that when in a normal room, after the next upheave, drops of moisture still fly in the air for a long time. Then, in the presence of even a weak electrostatic field, they settle on one of the electrodes in a matter of seconds. As shown in the diagram, in the presence of an electrostatic field, all the sputum from the person on the right will immediately fall to the ground without a chance to get into the lungs of the person on the left. An additional series of experiments gave us the opportunity to determine what is the future household installation for electrostatic planting of viruses on the floor or any other surface, such as the wall of the room, from which viruses could be easily removed. We have previously derived what it will look like and what our device will consist of. Structurally, it will be a device the size of a video surveillance camera or hair dryer, which will hang under the ceiling in the corner of the room. Its electric power will be less than the power of a mobile phone, and the field it creates will be smaller than the fields created by natural solar radiation. However, this will be enough to clean the air in the room from pathogenic microflora. If the room is very large, several such devices could be at once. But to create a pre-production prototype of the device and test it in all modes of operation, we need appropriate funding. Most of these funds will go to experiments to demonstrate the safety of our device. In fact, we are already confident in its safety and can prove it experimentally, but additional tests in certified laboratories will never be superfluous. The whole set of works to create a serial prototype of our device will take about 6 months. It is possible that some experiments, such as the impact of our device on the flora and fauna in the room, will take a little longer. Also, as a production and experimental base, we will need help from the company Tahoe, which has previously helped us in the implementation of our research projects. Thank you for your attention and kindly invite everyone to mutually beneficial cooperation.